Hey guys, playing a game against ML Berlin here. I don't know what he's on. He did mull down to 6. Alright. A blue-white deck of some sort, I assume. Well, there's a card we were just talking about. It's funny. We're going to fetch here. We are relying on our elf to stay alive. Hopefully we draw a forest next turn. If we do not, that's a little more problematic. We'll just play this guy. Go old school. And go ahead, man. Ooh, nice. We could just cast Ronus out, but that doesn't seem good enough here. I think what we do is just go for a bunch of these guys. Oh, not Rancor. No. This. And go. If we draw a land, do we just blow his lands up? Probably not. I mean, it depends on what he does. If he just tries to leave up counter magic, then yeah, I think we do. Because I don't want to just cast my threats into counter magic. Yeah. Land would be nice this next turn, because I will Dust Bowl him into Oblivion. Well, we don't really know what he's playing now. I assume it was blue-white, but I mean, maybe it's like all the colors. Maybe it's his Planeswalker deck. A Pithing Needle. Naming, probably Dust Bowl. Okay. Well, we got Pithing Needled, and I think we go with Pelucranos. Or is it Ronus? Ronus is indestructible, given he can't attack yet. So he's a little less good. Well, there's a land we needed. Do we just... Do you have it? Debated putting the Rancor on it just to get more damage in. If this works, it works a lot better, because I don't really know what I'm up against, and if he has like a Wrath of God, he could just like wipe my board, but like this Planeswalker is something that begs to be dealt with. Yeah, the debate was putting the Rancor on there and getting like a couple additional points of damage in, and it would have fallen to the graveyard and come back to hand afterwards, but if he like Path to Exiles my Dust Bowl in response to it coming to life, then that's not good. My assumption is here that he does have some sort of Wrath effect. Now, he can kill my land, but in doing so, I have the ability to do what? Oh, I can cast on a Ronus. I could blow up all my creature cards. Is that what the game plan is? It's really not horrendous for me. What is this? Is it 6 for the toe emblem? It's an interesting one, too. Yeah, I think we just keep the pressure up with our silly lands. We gonna get Wrath of Godded? It's kind of what it feels like. It could be Vindicate. Oh, an Anguished Unmaking. Okay. I'm just gonna cast this guy out. Because, like, unless you have, like, a Wrath of God, what can you really do? Attack with one of them. Yeah, that makes the most sense to me. Yeah, having Hexproof and being a 2-turn clock next turn. Now, I'm assuming that, like, he doesn't have, like, a literal Wrath of God. If he has something that, like, I can regenerate this thing through, it becomes a lot stronger. And Rancor should allow it to trample over stuff and things. Maybe I shouldn't have done the 1 damage with the land, or else I should have just cast Rancor this turn. Because it also makes the Ronus live, but I don't know if that's right or not. I think I want to leave up the the ability to regenerate. All right, well, there's a Maze of Ith, but he has Hexproof, so this is what Troll Ascetic does. There is a Witch, a Stalker. I will cast out the Aronis. Death Touch Indestructible. Just a silly card. You can counter it if you like. And then I'll put the Rancor on. Do you have a counter spell? It appears he does. Okay, a Void Shatters at 4? Oh, okay. Well, it's getting exiled. Well, I actually almost would rather have this Rancor resolve, because it is very hard to deal with. And Maze of Ith does not do it. Troll Ascetic seems like such a bad card to me, but I mean, it's got some stuff going for it, and some things. It's like a mini Thrun, kind of. Maybe not really. Deal with the board state is kind of the question that is begged now. And it probably needs to be like a literal Wrath of God, or another one like a Damnation, maybe. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so we saw some counter magic. Countered, I don't think. I don't think I saw it. So this is interesting. I like Hall of Gemstones. That seems like a beating. How many non-creatures do I have in this deck? Like none? Is Heartwood Storyteller good enough? Probably not. Let's cut this, and let's cut this. And I'll put it. Let's try it out. Only got 10 non-creature spells, so like, how bad can Heartwood Storyteller go for us? I would assume pretty bad. I probably need to rework this board. It has Gaia's Herald in it. It's pretty funny. I obviously built it in a very short time frame. Actually, the deck's not even complete. It's a 101 card deck for Undercard Singleton. But, you know, we're playing casual matches for fun. I always consider like putting more aggressive cards in here, like Heartwood, or what is it, Swordwise Centaur, stuff like that. Like Jungle Lions, you know. But really, this deck, what it circulates around is its 3 drops, 16 of them, obviously, and using 1 mana accelerants to get one of them online. It's kind of it's a stompy green deck. Maybe runs 1 more land than it needs to. It could probably go down to 36, I think. Although True Stompy, I don't know if is viable in Hunter card, because you have stuff like Giant Growth and stuff like that. Well, we're going to have to keep this, I think. We have an uncounterable spell. Yeah. And go ahead, man. If we can ever get that Hall of Gemstones online, then I think we'll be cooking. Well, there's Thrun's. Thrun is indeed not the last troll. His little buddy is right there. His little helper. Well, what do we have? Oh, Smoke. That's fine. I'll just beat you to death with one creature card. Hall of Gemstones. Go. Painful card to deal with. For them, at least, or for him, I assume. And we'll just put this little guy into play, because why not? Nylea may be right next turn. She is active. And I would prefer to have the mana available to regenerate Thrun the last troll when I play him. Chooses black, so Toxic Deluge, I would presume. Okay. Well, which of these do I like more or less? I think probably the Jiraga. Makes more mana. And I don't think the hexproof is bound to be that or necessary. And go. Could blow up all my creature cards to attack my mana base, but if I hit any land, I can play the Thrun out. And if I don't, then I still have the Troll Ascetic, which is a fine card and can threaten Planeswalkers fairly well. Looks like like a Chandra or something, maybe? I don't know. Okay. Well, okay. Interesting. You can put a 2/2 on the board, it's fine. Alrighty. Well, hopefully Hall of Gemstones starts to screw our opponent up a little more. We shall see, though. Nihilea should be nice because it'll give my Thrun trample next turn if the board survives. Chooses white, so if he has a Wrath of God, then, well, we're losing our board. Tundra enters. Okay. Nice. And the reason that's so nice is it allows me to regenerate the Thrun. And let's knock out the Chandra to get rid of his card advantage engine. Okay. Could even Setesian Tactics him on end step. Although I don't know if that's necessary. I have a Trampling Wall of Roots too, of note. Pretty cool. Okay, well, if the answer is to do nothing... Oh, it has Summoning Sickness. Oops. I'm silly. But at least I don't have to tap it. Well, which one do you block? Good sir. We'll just sit back and leave up regeneration mana. And beat up his life total. The old gemstone mine, or Hall of Gemstones. This is called Hall of Gemstone. Interesting old Mirage block card. But it should keep him from doing what he needs to do here. Oh, there's a mystifying maze. That doesn't stop Thrun, though. Hexproof tends to be pretty good against that sort of card. So I'll untap my Thrun and have to accept that I'll only be getting a little bit less damage in this turn. Green. And actually, maybe I screwed something up here. No, it's only... Okay. It's tapped 4 mana, so it doesn't stop activated abilities. I would presume still white. Yep. Well, one more land will spell his defeat, I would presume. And yeah. Yep. These kind of cards, I think, get them. They're just efficient and very resistive to removal. Not to mention we did have some significant hate there in the form of Hall of Gemstone. Alright, so what do we want to play now? I kind of want to play Suicide Black. Let's play white. I feel like playing some white. I feel like playing Control today. I played a lot of Control yesterday and made a lot of videos about Control. Kind of feel like playing aggro or mid-range. And we'll play one of my favorites. Sand's not good, but it has a Gideon, so, I mean, can you really go that wrong with it? I'll fetch turn 1 with the Windswept, play out the figure, pump turn 2. Thin the deck. Only reason the fetches are in here. The damage is generally less relevant than the virtual card advantage it can possibly give you off the top deck. I mean, I get it. It's in the margins, but we're playing aggro, and we want our margins to be as good as possible for success. Yeah, I think I just play another Plains out next turn. Don't expose myself to Wasteland. Okay, Kithian. Well, now the name of the game has changed. Now, this is nice because I get to gain a little bit of advantage off of a Caracas I have in hand. And kind of buy a lot of time, too. This is a huge beating. Getting your turn 1 play Caracas in the mirror is not good. I likely will not pump this next turn to 4. I think I'm going to try to get the Hallowed Spirit Keeper online. I think that's just invest a little more. All right, Expedition Envoy. Oh, he's only got 1 land. Oh, I see. Well, in that case, we're going to allow him to make the trade if he wants. Or chump. Alright, you got me. I will do this if I can trade for a card. That's just worth it. Especially when I know I have Gideon online, which is going to break this mirror wide open. Just hordes of free cards. Even if he played a Kithian here, maybe Path Exiles this thing or something, I don't know. But even that's not going to be good enough. It's a lot of life to gain, and I don't... Okay, interesting. Maybe I don't. Well, we attack first. You know what? Maybe we just buy time. Yeah, I mean, this happens when you keep greedier ones. If you don't hit mana, you're going to get beat to death. And I'm still not sure on this line. I think... it's close. I just don't want him to have a decent answer. Pacifism. Okay. Well, we're putting this thing down. I'm fine with that. Pacifism is a-okay. That's how you're spending your turn, and I'm casting, Gideons. No big. And last turn I can F6. Next turn my Mother of Runes will be live. And it looks pretty definitive that we probably have... Well, not lethal, but very, very close. It feels like the game is probably ended. Okay, a card I can bounce again. I don't really have much else going on, so... Okay. Well, I'm curious. Alright, I was just drawing a planes. The next turn, that thing? Okay. Yeah, it felt pretty close to unwinnable for our opponent, I think. This sword's better. Do I care for any of this stuff? Disenchant may be good. I think First Strike is really good in this matchup. Like, very strong. So I'm going to pull that guy in, and I'm going to cut. I think the Accorder, I think, is worse. Cataclysm is also interesting. Disenchant? Probably not. Okay, we're going to go this way. And see what we can do. Yeah, as much as I love the control, today I kind of just feel like beaten down. And that's what this deck does. This deck is, well, I would consider this aggro control. A lot of people would not, because it does not have actual counter spells, but its denial engines are pretty strong. In order to draw engines, like, it has some decent draw engines in it, And advantage. I mean, your Planeswalkers are advantage. Geddons are actually advantage in my opinion. Probably not in this matchup because we should be closer to board parity than this last game showed. He kept a greedier hand though. I think he mulled maybe one time. I have to go back and look at the game. I don't know if he mulled or not, but he kept a greedier one. Obviously, he got a lot better on 2 lands, and the one drop he had was just nullified by the pairing of the hands. 'Cause I had Caracas available to me. But it's something you have to account for when playing 1 mana legends. If they have Caracas, yuck. It's just a beating. This hand's a keep. Not the best. Brave the Elements is good, though. I do want to hit more land with this. But I'm on the draw, and the hand is playable, so I'm going to keep it. And I do actually have one of my flexible answers to, artifacts, enchantments. Oh, wow. This is a much better turn 1 play. I know it doesn't beat down, but, just getting this advantage in. He'll be forced, or he'll want to remove this, or just not play lands, which he could do. I don't have to do that. I don't have to play lands either. Can very easily not play lands if I like. Because I also have a 2/1. Now he plays a good 1-drop that just, beats my 1-drop that I have in hand, the Dragon Hunter, because Weathered Wayfarer doesn't beat much of anything. Okay, a Doomed Traveler. Well, if you want to play 1 land, I am fine with that, man. I won't block, and if you want to attack, well then, you'll see what happens. Additionally, I have the Sarah Avenger, so waiting, not developing a mana base, should work out all right for us, because once we do decide that we want to go to 2, because I'm not in a rush to go to 2. Okay, you get in there. Yep, fine. There we go. Could use the Brave the Elements here. I don't think that's necessary, though, especially with a Parallax Wave in hand. Take 3. No fear. Okay. Card's interesting to me. I think it's way too slow. Although, if he ever grabs equipment, well, it could be good then. I'll forego some advantage here. I'll play this out. Should halt some of his aggression. And I also have the Brave the Elements to back it up, which I may actually expend here in its defense. Okay. Well, you do 2 to me. Okay. Is that all? Well, you have a 5/5. Oh, nice. But not truly. Well, yeah, actually, I think we do this. I think we play this out to keep up the Brave. And then we have Silverblade next turn. And if we hit a land, Brave the Elements plus Rishadenport. Feels good getting rid of the Test of Faith, though. Or getting rid of the card that Test of Fate allowed to get relatively large with first strike. Alright, land. Oh, we're just voting for this thing. Okay. Well, eventually you'll have this junk back. Hit in there for 5. And kill next turn. Okay. Oh, actually, I'm being silly. I don't even need to do this. This is 8 plus 1. Yeah, it's lethal damage. Yeah. My bad. Sorry, dude. I didn't mean to exile your creature for no reason. That was an error. And let's see if you'd like another. Actually, let me see something here. Well, we'll just play with another deck. How about Sultai midrange? We'll play something with a few counter spells in it. This deck's fun. Yeah, it's a good hand. We'll keep it. We got to turn to Sylvan Library. What can go wrong from there? Or Memory Lapse. Yeah, Spell Pierce is turn 1 Soul Ring. Oh wait, that's not in the format. I don't know what we'll Spell Pierce here. If he's aggro again, this hand is not the great. If he is yeah. I don't know what it is, guys. If you haven't recorded, before, I don't know. I play better when I record. I'm not gonna crush this though. I need to find some mass removal real fast. All right. Well, hmm, hmm. Well, if he's mana stuck, so whenever another human enters, we're gonna put this silly thing down. Could be wrong. I think it'll win me more games, though. I don't know. We'll see. If I can find a fetch land and shuffle junk off the top, or if I can just find an answer, like, you know, to this nonsense. You have another one? Yeah, looks like it. Okay, well, so here's the hope. Take 4, draw land, plus Toxic Deluge. Can I be that lucky? No. And in this sort of matchup, we definitely want our board. Yep, you gain some life. His life total, frankly, is irrelevant, though. Whew. Could be a tough one. Yeah, more lands. Okay. Do you have another one drop? If you do, and I can wrath your board, then, like, I guess I'm in a better place? I don't know. Can't attack with 3 this turn, so if I can hit a land, I can bounce the Kithian and force him to attack a Jace. I'll go down 4 to 8. Not quite lethal backswing unless he casts one more 1-drop. If he does not, if he does, well, if he does and I find it, now my outs are 1 land and Damnation or Toxic Deluge. Okay. Not a bad one there. Oops. Come on. Alrighty. So here I think, we really have to play the Finks. My only land on top was an untapped one. Yep, you gain some life. And you could tap my thing down and then make a make a Kithian. Not good. Not a good. Or you could do some other nonsense. What do you have? Okay, Hall of Triumph. Does that mean you win this turn? You gonna tap my thing and do 9? Okay. Well, are we live for Damnation? No, so we're probably dead here. Oh, the appeal of all-in White Weenie to me is not very high. And it gets there sometimes like this, but if I hit the Toxic Deluge at any point in time, he just loses on the spot, pretty much. No way to beat it. What do you do here? You gonna untap your first striker? Well, we know that our only draw out of this at this point. Okay, that thing. Is none of these cards. So let's go ahead and concede. And we can go to the board, and the board is pretty strong, I think, if I recall correctly, against decks like this. We do have the Dread. We do have the Massacre. We do have the Disfigure, Deathmark. These are all good. Sun Droplet is interesting to me. I think we'll put it in. What don't I think we need? I don't think we need Primeval Titan to win this matchup specifically. Reclamation Sage seems kind of clunky to me. Pernicious Deed seems good. Maelstrom Pulse actually seems kind of clunky. What is Dismember? Dismember's a lot of life to pay for just nonsense. Golgari Charm seems good. What else don't I like? Bitter Blossom can kind of win on its own. But then again, let's cut it. Daze, I think, may be too slow. It just slows us down too much, maybe. What else have we got? Greenson Zenith, I think we want that. Metal Misstep? I think there's probably a lot of 1-drops in his deck. Counter Squall seems kind of meh. And then what's the last card we cut? Probably Maelstrom Pulse. Although, is that really the best thing to cut? Probably not. Probably Dismember. Let's go for this. Dismember just seems like it's too much life. It is a very efficient card. Maybe we want Dark Blast too. Yeah, given the number, we'll cut Daze. Let's submit this. I think I like this better. Force of Will is probably also bad. Is Force of Will just worse than Dismember? We may try it in the next one if we do get to have a third game. Yeah, we'll play first. Yeah. This hand hates. Okay. Bayou. And Dread of Night. Go. Anything? I'm just gonna leave up the Remand here. Yeah, you can have that back. I think I am going to cast this out. I know I'm casting it into my own Massacre, but I want to be able to cast the Angler. And I think it'll allow me to do that. Plus, it allows me to... we got another Crusade? Yep, okay. Crusade is up. Oh, wow. I think we'll discard the land here. And start attacking the hand. Yeah, I mean, including our own, but his creatures are going to become obviously less good in this. And I hope to get a flurry of them next turn coming down. Captain's Clause. Okay, Mother of Runes. See what else we can get into play, and then hopefully massacre the board on. Liliana will go down to 1 here. But my hope is I can get a lot of the cards out of his hand. Okay, Thalia. Cool. probably just block here actually to save. Yeah, I do. Yeah, to save loyalty counters here. Um, although the other side to that is, yeah, no, I block here because it allows me to go to 3 with Liliana and thus make him sacrifice his next play after pumping one time. Macy Mod, but I think that is exactly the place. We want to play to this Ancestral Visions, which has a long time coming. Get massacred on. I think here, ironically enough, we actually discard the Snapcaster. And how many turns are left? 3. Force him to have an answer and a threat on light mana, obviously. And then just chew apart his hand after we go Hellbent here. Well, nice. Don't ever want this back. Okay, a 2-1. Okay, and a tapper. Well, which one would you like to get rid of? Leave this guy back. Just bide time. Negate, not horrendous. It ensures that I can keep my Gurmag Angler. Okay. On the 1-2. Alrighty. Another tapper. Okie doke. I'm going to discard this card and just force him to use his mana. Obviously not attacking into that. I'll lose my thing. And I'll draw some cards next turn, and hopefully they're good. And hopefully his draw has not been stellar here on the top deck. Hopefully just another crappy creature. Yep, okay, tap that. That's fine. You can kill my Lily if you'd like. Do 4 to me. Kill my Liliana. Can we race here? Maybe we have to race. And this may be wrong. Not sure yet. What do you have in hand? Pretty close to dead here. If he misses it all, well, he's in trouble. And the hope is we draw a way to kill some of the nonsense going on here. Yep. A lot of damage there. Yep, create a 1-1, which is a 3-3 now. Well, there's a Finks. And this is probably dead. Yeah, he taps 2. That's 6 plus 6. Up 1, down 2. Yeah, we're dead. If he sees it. Which I assume he does. The tappers are good. Yep. Interesting. Down 6 to 7, up to 8. Well, Courser. Tombstalker. And now we are quite dead. He had us to lethal last turn. I guess he just didn't see it. But he had it last turn. If he tapped all my critters and attack here, no. Force him to use his mana up. That card on top's not going to do it, though. We really need, really needed probably a land and then see a Toxic Deluge. So go up 1 life to 10. And even then, like unless he continues to fail to see it, which he should not be. That's interesting. Okay, what are you going to hit? The Courser of Krufix. 1 vote for this thing? Okay, well, you got it. That's not necessary, though. He's had lethal for 2 turns now, and I guess just didn't notice it. But all he needed to do last turn is tap it down my guys. Evidently, he's not going to do that. He's going to go for an all-in attack. Okay. I mean, he gets kind of had here if I have, like, a go for the throat. Something as simple as that. And I'm dead, though. Yep. And nope, no go for the throat in sight. So, you know, do we have another game? Oh, I was just saying, I thought that was over. So we did not get what we needed there, but I think we played it properly. I have to go back and look. Maybe we should have been more greedy with our massacre. But I don't know if that's definitively true either. I don't think it is. What do we feel like playing next? Let's play some Storm combo. Hopefully he's not on red deck wins. Then he'll just, win. But this deck's fun. I'm not going to guarantee a win with it. I guess you can't guarantee a win regardless, but this deck is especially janky. Yeah, this is a good hand. This is a 28 land deck, I think, or 30 land deck. I forget. Not many. We'll show our hand. Go ahead, you know what I'm on. Or you should. Although I don't think we've included Borrow in this list yet. Borrow should be in this list, because not that we counter a lot of stuff, but making spells cheaper is quite necessary. And go. This is a lot of land for this deck to actually have in an opener, which I don't mind, because normally you're cantripping, although I'd rather have like the cantrips and cantrip into lands, because the object of the deck is to build up your graveyard until you can Past in Flames and then storm them out. Which, when it comes to that, we're going to have to hopefully play tight, because I haven't played this deck in a while, and it's a deck that, generally speaking, requires a decent bit of practice. Okay, well, we don't want more lands. Let's draw and discard. And we'll just get a Volcanic Island here. Although, yeah. I kind of do want the black mana as well, though. Cast this guy out. We'll want that. at some point. Not per se now. Not a great pickup right now, but we can use the mystical teachings to get after a high tide. Then Candelabro. We got to build up our storm count. Our storm count's not going to be great enough. Although with Jace, it's interesting. We may be able to get something strung together. Okay, a lot of lands. Do I want to flip Jace next turn? I want to continue looting. I definitely don't want more lands out of my deck. Hopefully that is not what's going to happen here. And Tendrils, yeah, to be honest, was not the best, but I mean, we're going to need it at some point. Just not per se now. I'd rather be like going off. Well, there is a dreaded land. I think we go for the teachings this next turn. We'll save the 3 damage if he wants to attack with the treetop, that is. I doubt that's what's going to happen here, but you never know. Could wasteland me. I'm actually very happy that that was the one he chose. Very fortunate he did not choose to get the... I guess it is the one I chose out of the deck. So we want high tide here. Yep. Very happy with that selection. And the fact that he's not at 5 mana. Yeah, if it's a treetop turn, yep, I'm definitely blocking you, brother. Do not need this. Well, the one downside to doing this is that Diabolic Intent becomes dead. Oh, I did put Borrow in this deck. Cool. Oh goodness. Interesting. Oh, goodness, guys. Magic is tough sometimes. Alright. Get in the graveyard. Okay, well, depending on what he does this turn, I should have plus my Jace. Yeah, that was a big miss. Even so, if he opts to attack with the Treetop Village, it's still not bad for me. So we can make a god-awful amount of mana. And I think we're getting close. We may even be there. Let's see what he gets up to, though. You're going to Dust Bowl me? Okay. Interesting. Gets rid of the red. I think we need to time spiral here. Well, it should give us some time. It's the best line we have given this hand. And next turn, we can go for what? Well, we have all the mana we could ever need in the world. We just need cards. He could try to Dust Bowl me again. I don't think that's the best line here. The right play may just be activating the Treetop Village and killing the Jace. What I didn't want to do is give him the option to Dust Bowl me, as well as, cast a relevant card. So here he does not have that option. Nor can he really activate the Treetop Village and cast something relevant like Rofalos. And actually, I guess he could have done that regardless. He cast a Thragtusk, I mean, that's fine. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Mana Flare's unilateral, so he'll cast something huge. I mean, it's fine. He probably forgot as well. So what do we get with the Infernal Tutor? Possibly Meditate, possibly Doomsday. Is Doomsday right? Okay, Jace is dead. And one of my lands is dead. Hopefully the black one this time. No, he doesn't like the red mana. I guess it's for Past in Flames. Oh, nice. We'll do this. Hmm. Is Doomsday the card we want? Can he kill me in one turn? I think we're going to see. Because I can't very well Past in Flames here, can I? Do I have any way of drawing just a ton of cards? Alright, meditate. Gitaxian Probe. Pact of Negation in here. Pact of Negation. Cloud of Fairies is fine. We definitely need the Laboratory Maniac. This will draw to lethal, because I'll draw 1 down to 4, draw 4 off Meditate, make mana off Cloud of Fae, get the Lab Man on ground, and then Pact of Negation should be the last one. Where are you at, Pact of Negation? Do I not have a Pact of Negation in the deck? Could have swore I did. There it is. Done. And it doesn't really matter what order they go in, as long as Meditate is the first one to draw. Go, your turn. You can blow up my last non-basic if you like. Yep, life doesn't matter. Your life total does not matter. And I assume Dust Bowl my underground. Okay. And the combo is alive. Oh, winning with this deck is so much fun sometimes. Just like, you know. No guarantees we're gonna do anything like win this game. Do you want the Parish? I mean, this is the matchup for it, right? Probably do want a Parish in here. What do we want? What do we want less than a Parish? He doesn't care for these kind of decks. You got to give it something. That's sweet. That's sweet. Come on. Getting to Doomsday in a 100-card singleton game. Yeah. Yeah. You got to love that. Getting to Tendrils and Doomsday and have the other players still live is something. Hmm. Then again, we are playing against like mono green, which unless they beat us to death before we're able to like get something going, like I think is probably a favored matchup because they just don't interact. Like, I mean, they're not an interactive deck. They don't interact on the level we're playing the game. They don't counter spells. You know, they don't stop haymakers like Doomsday. So I think it is probably unfavorable for him. I'm gonna go on a quick pause, guys, and use the restroom. I'll be right back. Guys, we're back. This is a keep, but barely. Um, Not a great keep, but I can cantrip, you know, and I have 2 lands. All right, turn 1 accelerant. Well, or we could just mise. Um, what do we ditch? Our swamp. Well, we'll probably play Bob next turn. Hope not to have like a Master of the Wild Hunt or something like that come down. What else do we got? You just gonna attack me? If that's the case, I'm probably okay with that. Alrighty. Oh no. I don't think Inquisition is good here. If he hasn't cast anything on 3, probably doesn't have anything on 3. Wow. Hmm. I think I actually want this. I'm gonna set up the Bob for next turn. And we'll attack here. So we have our next black mana. Oh, he has his next forest. If it's Master of the Wild Hunt, that'll be problematic for our Bob. Oh no, a Pelucranos. Alright. Draw Mox next turn. Probably put the Inquisition underneath it. Now we got to find a way to make these lands do more than just 1 mana a turn. That's kind of the next trick up our sleeves, as well as knocking down his life total just a little bit. Well, wait, can we win this turn? Should we try? Yeah, F it. Let's go for it. We shall go for the High Tide. Into... How many lands do I have in hand? None. Well, then that means we're probably doing a turnabout. Oh, this is lethal. Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, this deck can win out of nowhere. And Xaxes, yeah. Maybe the snap was right to keep, though. And just, no, because I would have lost the Bob, and that's like less cards. I love this deck. It is so sweet. I mean, it looks a lot cooler right now because it's playing against mono green, and mono green just doesn't really play on its level. So, I feel like now, I think, this is probably the last match of the day, I think, for me. Let's do some Suicide Black. We'll do some aggro. Why not? Some mono black hatred. Hall of Gemstone. It's a good sideboard card. It's an old card, too. This is a mull. We're least on the draw, so it means the loss of card and an aggro deck's not going to hurt us too bad. If that was a swamp, more questionable. Maybe a keep. A lot of inefficient cards, though, with this given this draw. Okay, keep. Bottom it. Just looking for lands. Not a land, but it'll do. That'll do, pig. Nice. Well, you're not Dust Bowling me this game. Nor are you going to natural order that thing. Well, can we hit well? What do we get? There's Mana Dork. Just race here. I don't want him to get to natural order. He may, regardless. But his life total is quite dubious right now. Okay. And that's the end of that one. Mono Black Aggro gets him. Not a great draw on his part, though. We had the ability to disrupt it. Deathmark's good. Disfigure seems okay to me. Self-inflicted wounds, good. Nature's Ruin, Perish, Dystopia, Lifebane Zombie, all seem good. Hatred, not as much. Not necessary, really. Icarid, get out. Don't really need you. Contagion, cut that. Also cut some of these big things. I just want to go below them, I think. Just go lower to the ground. I think we can cut these too. And probably the Dark Ritual if we're cutting the Hatred package. We don't need speed. Because he's mid-range. We just want to be steady. Maybe the Hatred package is just bad. I kind of want to test it out in this deck. It didn't used to be in here before, so I put some of the speed package in here just to like make it like true Suicide Black. This is more of a thematic deck, a fun deck, if you will, than it is like a serious deck. Although it does do pretty well. I mean, especially when it's like fighting what it wants to fight, which is like a mono green deck or a white deck. Like the board is built just to crush those matches. If you fight black or if you fight red deck wins, you're gonna lose like every time with this deck. Like I don't know if it's possible to win that matchup because you just do so much damage to yourself that, you know, Lightning Bolt is just like good games, you know? But as you can tell, we have some legitimate hatred out there for everything else. Lake of the Dead maybe should be in this too. I don't know, just to like speed it up some, just to make it as fast as possible, given like no broken mana. I guess we do have some broken mana. I mean, like the Moxes, those Moxes are broken. Like Mox Diamond and Mox Chrome Mox are both broken cards. Mox Diamond, I think more so than Chrome Mox, but regardless, they're both good. I mean, neither of them are Mox Opal. Mox Opal is really only good in the right deck, though. And then obviously the original Moxen are just better than all of them. But hey, what are you gonna do? I guess there's a case to be made for Opal being just as good, or maybe even better than some of the other Moxen. I think we keep this on the draw. I mean, we need to hit land, but hey, we got some interaction. Cool. It did not work last time, man. Well, wish I could wait for that, but I cannot. So, disfigure you. A lot of removal. I don't know if I like playing the Dryad Arbor turn 1. Well, there we go. Let's get the first of our card advantage engines. That is one cool thing about Suicide Black is like it has a lot of engine cards you can play in it. You're obviously spending a lot of life at the expense of them, but like Painseer, Phyrexian Arena, and now if he plays like a critter like a Colonian Husker, this thing, cool. Well, we even drew a land. So what we can do here, I would love to play the Phyrexian Arena, but I don't think that's wise right now. I think we just get rid of this thing, bang in there for 2, leave up Dismember. I do like this deck a lot. I think it's very cool, and it reminds me of like the old Beatdown Black days. Um, it's probably a little more mid-rangey than all that. Actually, I know it is, because that deck was just so fast. You can blow up the Mutavault. I don't really care that much. If you want to set yourself back, I mean, that's not a good play in my opinion, because, you know, I'm drawing cards. You're doing what, you know? Hanging out, I guess. Yeah, we'll put an Arena in play. Why not? Draw some more cards. All of this seems good to me. Death Shadow just seems like phenomenal too on this. Like given the cards I have and like what this deck does, I mean, it's just a good card. Okay, do you have a creature card? This is where like the Troll Ascetic comes in handy. A Fierce Empath. Well, Devour Flesh seems good here. Because he's not going to gain that much life off of it. It's not going to gain value with a Fierce Empath sitting around on the board. A Wormcoil Engine. Okay, well, that's a big card. I'm sure I can find a way to deal with it, though. A Douthie Marauder. Well, given that draw... Oop. I actually can't do that. Well, given this draw, let's just take all the damage, and we will dismember it, and play out our Douthie Marauder, whatever a Douthie is. Alright, Thrun. Yeah, I got answers to that. I mean, including Dystopia, which is pretty stellar. Don't really need Bob right now. That may be a bridge too far. Well, it may hit mana. A Deus of Calamity. Okay. Oh, do you have the Wormcoil? Yep, we got Wormcoil online. Turned out to be an interesting game. Just making his land drops every turn is definitely made a difference. So we've had to deal with a sizable threat every turn, but just due to the volume of cards we're drawing, I think we're getting ahead. Nissa's Pilgrimage. Okay, well, is that a bunch of life? Okay. I don't really care about how many. I thought it was the life gain one, the one that gains like 7 life or whatever. That one will be more problematic. Okay. I mean, if you'd like to attack, that's interesting to me. I think he put that on the wrong thing. If we take 2 down to 6, can we kill this turn? Well, now if we just don't draw one of our 6 or 8 drops, we should live and win the game. Ravenous Beloth. Okay, that puts you to 5, which is still lethal. Okay. I mean, that's still not much better. Am I missing something here? Or are you still dead? That's gain 4, right? Up to 5? Well, that's lethal then. Okay. Oh, Suicide Black. That's what it does, guys. Alright, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. Hope you guys enjoyed the video series. Had a pretty long video series here today with a wide variety of different deck archetypes that are all fun to play. The only control deck, I guess, like the mid-range control deck you could say we played, we just got whomped on because we were playing against White Weenie, and they had the draw, and we did not. Although the second game actually probably, maybe we could have won if we'd been a little greedier with the Massacre. I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video series. Had a wide range of decks, and hopefully it was fun for you. All right, take care now.